Today is Saturday, July 19th, and it is a beautiful day out here in Minnesota. So I am going to tear through and look at Polymarket here with you guys real quick, see if there's anything interesting out there, and then get out for a ride. So let's do it. Let's see what's out there. I think let's start with the New York City mayor thing here. Now, the results are holding pretty steady. One interesting thing is yesterday they published, there was a published update from the same people that said Kamala was going to win. They said Cuomo is head to head right now with Mamdani. I still maintain that Cuomo is probably dramatically undervalued here. He is up somewhat over the past week. But yeah, I mean, it's still 16.8 here versus a 70% chance on Mamdani. I can't see the chance being that high. I'd say it's free money till 30%, something like that, maybe 40. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see more polls and stuff like that over the next time period. So that's sort of the big dog right now. I think that's the highest volume. No, it's not. I think this is the highest volume election though right now. Ceasefire chances holding steady. Not seeing much alpha there. I think this is probably you could probably safely. So what happened here is that the odds were around 10% maybe here before. Let's call it 15. And then Trump yesterday said he's going to appoint a special counsel to do something about it. I think this is probably overplay on that news to 30%. I'd probably go short it. So go no, back down to the 15% range, maybe as low as here. I just this has not a ton of volume. It's got around 400K in volume. So there is some room to play on this. But I just look at this and I see every single Republican just voted no to release the information. I just can't see it, on that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Trump says he'll unveil the grand jury testimony. I think no, for sure. Will Trump release more Epstein files before August? That's probably a no, but it's only at an 11% chance, so there's not a ton of that. This is sports, so I guess if you consider chess a sport, but for my sake, I will. Let's take a look at the Fed decision here. We've got it at 95.5% no change. I think based on the conditions, that's probably accurate. When is this decision again? Yeah, the July 2025 one. The meeting scheduled for July 29th, 30th. Let's check in on this in a week as we get a bit closer, but this could be a free 5%. All the messaging has been around that. I'd probably do right now, if these numbers are the same in a week, I'd say size up on no change and then hedge a little with the 25 bips decrease and a 25 bip increase. If he increases, Trump would go nuts, but the conditions, the stock market's at an all-time high. Things are ripping right now. It almost makes sense to raise the rates a bit. Unemployment is down. The market, everything's booming right now. I mean, the roads are packed, the malls are busy. So I wouldn't be crazy to increase it a little bit. But there's almost no chance. It'd be political suicide. And I feel like Trump would then escalate to fire him. So yeah, I'd maybe cover a little bit with these two. But yeah, you probably got a free 5% there. And if you do a 1% cover, you'd probably be all right. Which country will the U.S. agree to tariff agreements before August? This is a good Trump trade. The volume isn't huge on here. I'd have to dig in on this one. Maybe we should do this one as a upcoming special one to just dig in on it here. But I think looking at it, yeah, probably there's some alpha in here, almost certainly. Germany, France are so low that if any agreement came in from the EU, I mean, you've got, what, a week left? You could honestly probably vote no on a good amount of these. I mean, Israel even at 22%. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, just people are not expecting these to get done at all. But yeah, I mean, as we get closer, again, a week from now, so today's the 19th, next Saturday, the 26th, I think these will probably likely creep up over the next week towards, or creep down, I'm sorry, towards no. India's down 10%, Canada down 10%, Argentina up a little bit, as is Israel. So there must be some positive chatter there on that. I need to dig in on that. Let's look at that next Saturday and see. Bitcoin price up or down. July 19th. Right now we're at 100% up. Let's just see here. I'm just looking at the rules on this. As of right now, from yesterday, we opened at a rolling 24 hours. We opened the 7-day at, or I'm sorry, the 24 hour at 117. Now this closes in 30 minutes. So unless it drops below 117.773 roughly in the next 30 minutes, yeah, I'd say there's good chance you're in trouble on no vote here. But could be some alpha there if you were really, like, as a way to trade it, you know? All right. What price will Ethereum hit? XRP, blah, blah, blah. Nothing too much there. Let's go to world here. Oh, yeah, the Bolivian presidential election. We're going to look into this. All right, so no clear dominant winner here. I mean, looks like we've got some momentum building for Tuto here. Is it a 30% chance? And momentum stalling on Doria Medina. And then, yeah, Andronica was kind of a favorite and now falling off. I'd be curious to see what's gone wrong with Andronica, like, what's going on there. Come on. Norway parliamentary, Bucharest. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, we've got kind of a two-way race here. It's pretty close. Kind of a crapshoot, really. You could definitely, if you bought both of these at 50-50 and either one of them won, I think you've got, wait, is that math right? So I have $100. I buy $50 worth of this one and $50 worth of this one. And assuming one of those two win, you'd be, you'd get 150 back. I mean, yeah, assuming one of these two win, you've got a free money bet here on it. And if you loaded slightly heavier on where you felt you had edge, you could definitely play this one well, I think. There's enough volume that you could load somewhat in here, but you'd have to come in over time, I think, on these two. Like, it's a 1 cent spread on here. And on this one, let's see, 2 cent spread. Yeah, you'd have to load slowly. But yeah, you could probably get, I don't know, 25K in on this maybe without moving the order book over a few days. And you've got a while to do it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the best trade we've seen so far today is loading those two. Let's look at Ireland as well. Looks like Catherine Connolly is moving up, and these other two are moving down, with these ones sort of long shot outside bets. Interestingly enough, Connolly is moving up on really low volume here to a 30% chance. Really low volume on that. And I can't, sorry if I'm mispronouncing these Irish names. Mareed McGuinness. It's probably Mary, right? Like, just in an Irish way of saying it, is coming down a little bit. I would probably, the volume on Catherine Connolly is just so thin that I'd probably say you probably don't want to bet on that one until it comes out a little bit better. Now, I know that they had a meeting yesterday looking at this one where the Druze were pitching for them to go in. I just can't, it'd be so risky for Israel at this point in time to move in on any other country. It's hard to imagine. We can look at the Middle East specific ones here. I should look. I'm just curious, like, if the volume is up. You know, it's interesting they've got this sort of highlighted here. One thing on this here is, like, I do think that if you were to look at this and a rough Elon Musk schedule, you could definitely, like, what were his historic ones? Let's see. Wow. I'd say no on this one, but this seems like a pretty likely play right there, you know? Elon Musk. All right. Tomorrow we're going to look specifically at the Elon Musk tweet markets and the previous closed one and see. There might be something, you know, like just to look at it here. Number of tweets from Elon Musk. Right now we're at 25. But if we looked at his historical average, you know, if it's like in the 150, 135 range or whatever, you know, you're betting early here. I think it's probably in this range as these ones are already kind of heavy favorites. But if you were to bet the two most likely at 20%, yeah, like we'll look at it tomorrow and do some math on it and see what it is. But yeah, I think that's probably enough for today. I'm not seeing a ton of other stuff that looks great, so let's call it good for today. And tomorrow we'll look into that Elon Musk